To the first week of the finals of the lineup, Glenelg and Central's in Saturday's elimination match and Norwood and Sturt in Sunday's qualifying game. More than 52,000 went to Football Park on that first finals weekend. Central started narrow favourites on the strength of their 7 straight wins, their huge win at the Bay and Glenelg's patchy form. The Bulldog selectors had a problem. Should they play their key forward Michael Wright, who had injured a knee the previous week? They gambled and lost. Glenelg, led by an inspired Stephen Kernahan, had the game won shortly after half-time, and Wright was carried from the field on a stretcher in the second term.
Kernahan, Basenko. Great mark to Kernahan. High drop punt to the centre. Getting set, Trigg and Carey, and Moore takes a splendid mark and plays on to Gillies.
Beautifully done, Bruce. Gillies now into the half-forward line. Mobbs with an opportunity. The handball not accurate. Mobbs goes with the left foot. John Blatton prompts in his movement. Terry Moore. Carey lays it down. Very well done. Painter onto the left foot. Long and strong to the pocket. Kernahan comes and gets an unfavourable bounce. McDermott puts a Central District player, McKay, to the ground, but he recovers. Sewer is where his electrifying pace will be handy, and the kick's equally as good. And Glenelg reply. Ralph Sewer with a beautiful movement from that half-forward line. Over half-forward. Spoiled on by Weston. Moore can't recover. Sewer's too quick, and he's caught with the ball, but the umpire allows the play on McGuinness with pace. Onto the boot quickly. Well done, Glenelg. And Tony McGuinness and Ralph Sewer running that ball in quickly. Cousins high. Mobbs in the front position. Cousins again, just handballing it out forward. Krieg, it's a magnificent take and the evasion of the play. Over half forward, Barrett. Very good mark to half back. Cousins from behind.
High left foot. Kernahan's there, more over the back, and Stephen Kernahan takes a wonderful mark.
McDermott to centre half forward. Weston, beautiful body. Weston jumped early by Thien and Carey. Carey laying it off. Basenko gets a bad bounce. Painter with an easy goal.
Rusciak, Edwards, McFarlane, God, great mark, Horns. Left hand, one-hander. He's got Holst wide. And Maynard is going towards Duthie. Trigger, magnificent mark, just as good.
Oh, fantastic. To really put themselves back into this game. Cause with his second one-handed mark. Painted a half forward. Lannis edging his opponent forward. Weston recovering. Bubner's with him. Round the body by Kernahan. And Stephen Kernahan kicks another goal for the Tigers.
Rusciak from half-back. Robertson underneath it. McFarlane, magnificent mark. Maynard. Now can Kernahan take it again? Not this time, but Lannis can.
Out of sorts, very much out of sorts.
One young, one old. High kick towards full forward. Trigg caught by Kernahan. Duthie. Lannis. Goal. 2 to Lannis. Drop punt. Vivian and Marshall. Marshall stood his ground and took a splendid mark. Platten again to centre half forward. Corns. Bythene's now playing there. Robertson to Bythene, to Norsworthy. Now he should kick this. One bounce. Drop punt. Goal.
But Glenelg are just a little bit too smooth and they've got too much individual ability up forward. Edwards to the front of the goal square. Off hands to Krieg. Krieg quickly onto the boot for full points for Centrals. Once again we see Painter giving the ball to Duthie. Duthie with a missed kick into the half-forward line.
It's important he gets some kicks. Have a look at that. 80 metres. Frost underneath it. Edwards, oh, he just couldn't take it. It would have been a gimme goal.
Lannis long way up the ground, knocking the ball forward. Lucky bounce for Farquhar. Maynard from half-back gives it to McGuinness. He's got the pace to beat Rusciak. All he's got to do is kick it straight, and he has. Well done, Glenelg. They're certainly finishing off their play. Tony McGuinness kicks his 5th.
Glenelg finished up winning 19-21 to Central District's 12-13. Almost 64,000 attended the first and second semi-final games. Glenelg's confidence had soared since their return to form in the elimination final, but they hadn't beaten Sturt all year, and Sturt, although beaten, could take consolation in their effort against Norwood. Almost as if by fate, the one-day Sturt were desperate to succeed for themselves and coach Jack Oatey. They produced close to their worst. It wasn't a lot in it until three-quarter time, but the Tigers were always travelling like winners, and with a quick start to the final term, they sealed Sturt's fate. Glenelg advanced to the preliminary final, and a chapter in Australian football, that of Jack Oatey's fabulous career, had finally closed.
Well done, Weston. Here's a chance, David Holst. Glenelg on the run again. That's a great kick, Holst. Well played, Weston, again to Holst.
There was an FAD, but Hutton was clear in any case. Third advantage over the centre line. He goes in towards Davies. Comes to meet it, and the free kick is going against Davies. Gets the leap away. Frost there right with him. Taken out of his Duthie. Andy Zilmachan thought about the handball. He's run himself into trouble. Oh, that was a bad mistake.
Whittlesey plays it over to Zubanik. Beautiful handball. Hollis is on his own. Sturt with a big chance. Hollis goes long. Davies getting under it. Not Davies. Heinrich coming in. Here's a chance, Graham. Back to Heinrich. Got Heinrich. He's got Heinrich. Here's a goal. Sturt finally got one.
It's a high kick towards the half-back line. Hine and Craig running over the top. What a beautiful mark. Howard. Sturt run the ball beautifully. Zubanek over the half-forward line. He goes in long. This is going to be home. I think it's a goal. Beautiful running football. Yep.
Kernahan underneath the ball, couldn't mark it. Here's Hutton off with McDermott. Great football. Lannis. He's caught before he kicks it. Carey cannot run. Cannot run at all, but plays it beautifully back to Lannis. He threw it. Peter Mead right on the spot. Puts it out in front of Simons. Oh, good mark. The handball missed Wilson. Wilson is caught. Craig runs past the ball. Radbone. Here's the racehorse. This is what Sturt need. They need some run. Radbone goes long. Davies back at full forward, up high. No mark. Motley. Caught with the ball. Oh, he's getting played with a high tackle.
Frost kicking, goes towards Carey, playing a magnificent game. That leg must be really paining him. Sims. Back to Wilson. Oh, that's another bad handball, although they could get out of this one. Coming out of it, Weston. Here's a chance, Tony Simons. Sims can't catch him. In towards goal, puts it on its way. Goal! His second.
So was that. Seward and McGuinness. What a build-up here. McGuinness has lined him up. Through it goes. Great football, Glenelg.
In towards forward pocket, looking for it. Motley, top mark.
And watch Davies. Not at all sure about that movement, but a great mark.
There's a siren, and the illustrious career of Jack Odie has come to an end in the first semi-final. John Halbert delighted with Steve Highwood, the assistant coach. McInerney goes for home with a long one after the siren. It's his first goal, and the Bays have run out winners in the Mothball semi-final, 15-17 to Sturt 9-18.
Glenelg and Port had to wait an extra day before this year's preliminary final, as the game was being played on a Sunday for the first time and being shown live to Melbourne through Channel 7. Ironically, it rained on Sunday, one of the very few wet afternoons for football in '82, but that didn't stop a big crowd enjoying a dramatic match. There hasn't been any love lost between these two teams since an incident in the 1981 Grand Final. Port had dominated Glenelg in the big games in recent years. They appeared to have their measure, but the 1982 Tiger was a determined one. Glenelg led 10-6 to 4-4 late in the second term and were on their way to a big win. Port Adelaide's David Granger was reported within a minute of running onto the ground. In a third quarter that was full of incident, Glenelg's Stephen Barrett suffered a broken leg. David Granger gave away a number of free kicks, but Port clawed their way back. In a dramatic finish, Glenelg finally overcame their nemesis, winning by a point.
Even now, tackled and not in possession, just knocking the ball down in front of him.
Phillips and Weston. Carey didn't hold it for long.
Picked up some important kicks around that centre. Knocked on by Kernahan. Weston can't get a good bounce. He's got some skills though, and that is skill.
Left foot by Williams. Evans on a lead. Frost at the back.
Glenelg go full forward. Carey behind. Bodying out. Takes the ball and kicks the goal. In the scrambles, Eckerman knocks it out. Sewer showing a burst of pace. Long and strong to the goal square. It's straight and it's a goal. Glenelg in full flight, Bruce.
Long drop punt. 10th kick. Weston, Goss, splendid mark. Granger underneath it, thumped it on cleverly. Here's a chance for Johnston. Great tackle by Frost, holding the ball. Maynard, Belton at the back. Belton kept his balance. Corns are still with him. Huppert's with a chance.
That's a magnificent goal, Bruce. Oh, what a great goal. High in the air towards Evans. It's a magnificent kick. Evans from behind. Off hands. Scouting on there. Belton for a goal. Port Adelaide 7-4. Glenelg 10-7.
And Huppert's read it well, then threw it almost to Granger. Granger broke McFarlane's tackle, then put up the elbow and collected Maynard. And Maynard will take a free kick.
Greg Phillips to half forward. Cords in position. Granger. Just Des Foster didn't see it. Granger just with a beautiful round arm left. Has laid out a play. Corns can't believe that Des Foster didn't see it. Bradley. Port Adelaide now to full forward. Frost with first run at the ball. Spoils it away to Cunningham. Cunningham on his left foot. One of his favourite snapshots. And Port Adelaide are still hanging in there.
Into the goal square, Evans setting himself. I think he's got it. Corns underneath it, he missed it. One of his few errors, but Granger's got the run of it. Can't pick it up. Oh. Barrow get a free kick.
He just kicked him over then, I feel.
See it in replay.
There's the replay. Just kicked him over. So that's Stephen Barrett coming off on a stretcher, Bruce, after that incident.
Last year's grand final was held up in the first quarter for a similar length of time when Neville Caldwell was carried off the ground. It's an emotional moment at Football Park. Bradley and also Painter. Painter did very well. Marshall tapped it on cleverly to McGuinness. McGuinness on his wrong side, but he's strong with the right foot. That's a long kick. The bounce might have beaten Hughes. It's a goal. It's 12-10 to 11-4, and McGuinness has got 2 goals. Granger and Corns. Gee, Granger got one in the back there, not paid.
Umpire allows it to play on. And Port Adelaide through Bradley now. Long in towards Frost. Granger pushes Frost down the road, then picks the ball up and kicks it high into the air. McFarlane from behind. And Harris marks the ball. Johnston marks the ball and converts. 1 point the difference. Into the outer side of the ground. Holst with an opportunity. He's pushed in the back and the umpire doesn't play a free. Back towards Huppert's. He's in everything. Huppert short. Belton. Belton gives it across to Ebert. McInerney tackles him. Well done, Peter McInerney. And painted a half forward.
Weston underneath it with Phillips. Carey with the Bay score here, they'll win it. Carey thumps it to the boundary line and it'll be a ball in. So the two sides that have already had the draw in the competition this year are a point the difference. It's 14-5 to 13-12. 29.5 minutes gone. Is at the end of 3 premierships in a row for John Cahill and Port Adelaide. Phillips over the top. Cunningham. Weston. Still with it is Weston. And the siren is sounded. And the Bays are in the grand final. They've won by a point. 13-12-90. Port Adelaide 14-5-89. And Glenelg have beaten Port for the first time in a final series for 8 years at Football Park.
What a finish, what a game, what an incredible atmosphere there was at Football Park that Sunday afternoon for the preliminary final between Glenelg and Port Adelaide.